School is back in session, and there are still a lot of you who are just not fitting in or are embarrassed to join any extracurriculars. And it's really breaking my heart because you guys are growing up in an age where you can communicate with anybody and make the best of friends, and you just aren't allowing yourself to do it because you are really self-conscious and you're afraid of getting embarrassed. Well, I have something to let you know. You are going to get embarrassed. Being embarrassed is a part of life. It is inevitable. There's really no way you can avoid it because embarrassment will sneak up on you and make its appearance. It's going to happen, especially when you are in junior high and high school. And there's nothing wrong with it. In junior high and high school, your body is doing all sorts of crazy things. Your hormones are going from one end to the other. It's just ridiculous. And you're going to do some entirely gross and embarrassing and disgusting and crazy things in school. It's going to happen. Trust me. Have you ever been so humiliated that you don't even want to show your face in the school again till you run home and you swear up and down you're never going back to school, you're going to be a dropout? Let me tell you how you can counteract the embarrassment.
Laugh at yourself. It's that simple.
Did you bust your ass in front of everybody and people are just laughing at you like, ha ha ha, she fell, look at her, oh my God. You know what you do? You get your busted ass back up and you laugh, oh my God, I can't believe I just fell. Because if you allow people to jeer at you and if you allow people to just make fun of you, that's not good for your self-esteem at all. And you're going to allow yourself to be embarrassed and not want to go out in public. I was just like you. I've had the worst things happen to me and I just felt like I couldn't take it anymore. I just felt like I want to drop out. Mom, can you homeschool me? I don't care. I'll work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. I hate everybody and I hate them and I can't stand them. Why did I gotta be me? Don't do that. That's not cute. You need to pull your bootstraps up, put on your makeup, do your hair, and you walk into that school like you are Naomi Campbell with your Naomi Campbell walk, and you act like not a damn thing happened, because I guarantee you, I promise you, in a month, and I'm saying a month because that is a long time, people will roast the hell out of you, but you gotta roast yourself back. But in a month, people are gonna forget about this, and they're gonna move on and try and pick on somebody else. And if you think this is a game, if you think I'm joking, let me tell you my 5 most embarrassing moments growing up. Number 5, I was in the 3rd grade and I had the biggest crush on this guy named Anthony, and everybody knew it. For whatever reason, they would either catch me staring at him, or I told my friend at the time and she went and told everybody, but everybody knew I had a crush on this boy, Anthony. And so one day I was coloring or drawing a picture of some sort, and Anthony came over to F with me and he snatched my picture. And he's just like, yeah, I got your picture. And I'm just like, give me back my picture. It went on for like 2 minutes before I was finally like, you better give me back my picture before I kiss you. I meant to say kick. It came out as kiss. And since everybody knew that I was so in love with Anthony, they laughed at me. I believe even the teacher heard me and she was laughing at me. I was embarrassed, and my best friend since the 3rd grade till this day, she will never let me live that down. And she's a bitch too, because the picture was for her and she could have had my back. Forget you, Ariana. Number 4. In 7th grade, I had the biggest crush on this guy named Christian. And I was kind of a creeper. Like, I used to borderline stalk this guy. He used to live in my apartment complex. He was a grade older than me, and we went to the same junior high. I was in love with this boy, okay? I was on my way to band class, and I was running late. So I have this big ass pile of books in one hand, and then I had my clarinet in the other hand. And I'm running, and I'm trying to jog, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late. I trip over my lace of my sneaker and I fall. Not only do I fall, I slide down the damn hallway and my books fly everywhere, my clarinet goes everywhere, and everybody in the hallway at that time laughed at me. Every single person. Nobody asked me if I was okay. They just laughed and laughed and laughed. I was so embarrassed, I started to cry. So as I'm crying and I'm laying on the ground with my back on the ground, my crush, Christian, comes up to me and he says, "Darielle, are you okay?" For starters, I didn't even know this dude knew my name. He was an 8th grader, and I was already just fluttering in my heart like, oh my God, he knows my name. Then I'm like, wow, he knows my name, but I'm like ass out on the floor. So instead of thinking logically and saying, yeah, I am okay, can you please help me up so he can hold my hand and touch on me, you know, I'm so embarrassed and I'm crying, and I tell Christian to get the F word away from me. And I say it real mean. I'm like, get the F away from me. Now think about how stupid that is. I could have been with Christian till this day. We could have had babies and be married and all of this stuff. But I ruined it that day by telling him to get the hell away from me when he could have helped me up. But because I was so embarrassed and consumed with humiliation, and I cried in front of everybody, and I had to lie and tell them that the clarinet hit me on my side because I have a surgery scar, and I've had it since I had surgery when I was 2, but I lied and I told them it hit my scar, and they were just like, oh, and they kind of let me go, but that was just horrible. Number 3, when I was in the 8th grade, I hung out with a group of hood rats. I guess I was a hood rat by association. Although we were hood rats, we were quite loyal to one another. Whenever somebody was talking about them, I would have their back, and vice versa. But one day, that proved not to be true. There was an equally hood ratish girl one day talking about one of my hood rat friends. And I thought I was big and bad, and I was like, you ain't gonna talk about her, look at you. Typical mean girl shit. We had some words in the hallway until the girl was like, I'm gonna beat your ass after school. And my ass thinking I'm tough. Bitch, why don't we fight right now? She actually had to make it to in-school suspension, and that's why she wouldn't fight me, because she didn't want to get suspended for real or something. I don't know. We go the whole day, and my 2 friends are like, yeah, we're gonna jump her with you, and you can take her, Darielle, and all this crap, and I'm amped up. Now, keep in mind, I've never been in a fight in my whole life, but this one time. Before then or after then, I've never gotten in a fight. This is my only fight that I've been in. Keep this in mind, okay? School ends, and me and this girl actually ride the same bus. We lived right across the street from each other, and so did me and my hood rat friends. So I'm all stoked. I'm like, yeah, well, we're gonna beat this girl's ass. We got this. We got this. So it's time to get on the bus. My hood rat friends who rode the same bus mysteriously didn't show up. I'm trying to call them and text them like, where the hell are y'all at? And they're not picking up. So we finally get off at our stop, and it's just me and this girl, and she's staring at me and I'm staring at her, and she's like dead ass in my face trying to get me to hit her first. And see, my mama always taught me, you don't hit first. You hit somebody if they hit you first. So I'm not trying to start it and get in trouble. I'm trying to tell my mama, look, she hit me first, so I had to wail on her ass. We're having those, you know, catty words back and forth, and I say something. I don't remember what I said, but as I said it, I accidentally spit on her, and I saw the spit. She has some big, thick, bushy ass eyebrows like this. When I accidentally spit on her, it landed in her eyebrow, like right up in there. And she says, oh, this bitch spit on me. And she just starts pushing me, and we just start fighting right there in front of the apartment complex. Now, I told you that I've never been in a fight before, so I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of swinging, and I'm hitting her, and she's hitting me back. And this lady pulls up, and she's trying to, like, stop us. And she wouldn't get out of her car because she didn't want to get in the middle of 2 little black hood rat girls fighting. I end up walking away. I'm like, I'm done. I ended up scratching her face, and it was, like, scratched really bad. For the longest time, she still had the scar. I don't believe she has it anymore. I don't know. I haven't seen her in years. But I walk back to the house, and I'm upset and I'm crying. I throw like a mini temper tantrum. My mom does the whole let's call the parents thing. Coincidentally, that weekend I had a 24-hour stomach bug. Not even 24 hours, like a weekend stomach bug. I was throwing up, I had poops, didn't come to school. Man, everybody was making fun of me, trying to say I got my ass beat, and it wasn't even like that. Like, we both equally got our ass beat, I like to think. It was so crazy, and what's effed up about it is my hood rat friends lied to me. They tried to say that their mother made them walk home, but we lived like a good mile or two away from the school, so there's no way they would have said that. They lied to me and they left me hanging, and I was humiliated, and I didn't speak to them for a long time. Number 2. I was in dance team for 2 years of high school, and you know, when you're on dance and drill team, everything is structured. You have to do everything the same way every time. I was notorious for sneezing during a thing we did called spirit lines, and basically what spirit lines were was half of the team stood, you know, on one side of the field, and then the other half stood opposite of them, and we made kind of an area for the football players to run through when they were, you know, about to play their game. And when they would do that, they had a smoke machine to make them look all cool and majestic coming out, right? And while we're there, we're like, you know, having to stand there smiling. The smoke from the smoke machine would always make me sneeze. So since we have to stand there and look spirit-like, when I would sneeze, I would have to immediately go back to what I was doing. So I would be like, during a special game, during our rival team, the football team was coming out, and I think I had a cold or something this day already. So when I sneezed, a huge snot bubble strip just came out of my nose, and it was just dangling, and I was like, and I just kind of stood there, and the girl across from me, and the girl next to me, and the girl, like, everybody saw it on field, but we couldn't react because it was so gross, but we had to just sit there. So instead of our little natural smiles, you see people either trying to laugh or looking totally disgusted, like... I was really hoping no one else saw it. It was kind of embarrassing between me and my fellow Troyans, but it was so gross, and I couldn't just leave it there because that's disgusting. Like, I refused. So what I had to do was so nasty. I had to snort it back up. I literally was like, it worked. It was still a little bit there, like crusty in my nose, but nothing that you can see. But it was so embarrassing because we were in front of thousands and thousands of people, and I already know my drill team ladies saw it, but who's to say that people in the audience didn't see it or football players couldn't see it? It was so gross and embarrassing. And finally, number 1. This was actually my first performance on drill team ever, and I was already really nervous, but I was excited. So the day of the performance, I woke up, and for whatever reason, my eye was swollen and I looked like this. Yeah, look at it. It's pretty freaking disgusting, right? We tried to call my drill team director and tell her I couldn't come. I needed to go to the emergency room. We did not know what the hell caused it. You know, I took my contacts off. I didn't have any glasses at this point in time. So my drill team director was like, well, can she come? You know, we need her for spirit lines, you know, because when one person is gone in a dance team, you got to rearrange everything. But this was the day of the performance. There was no way I could have got out of it. I had to do my performance with a damn chicken nugget swole bug eye. Not only was I effed up I was doped up on all sorts of allergy medication, so I kept falling asleep during the game anyway. Luckily, I got permission to kind of just chill out during the game until I started feeling better. But by the end of the day, my eye it went down, so I really don't know what the hell happened, but oh my god, that was the worst thing I've ever had to do. Y'all saw that? That shit is nasty. Like, would you go out like that? Honestly, I had to laugh at myself. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to laugh at me, and then you can laugh with me because I'm already laughing. And then I want you guys to comment down below some of the most embarrassing things about you. Give me some embarrassing stories. They can be old, they can be recent. Just vent to me something so horrid and embarrassing that you never thought you would tell anybody. You can trust me because look at the crap I just told you. It'll be fine, okay? And then I want you to rate and subscribe if you can do that. And guess what? I decided that I'm going to start releasing videos every Thursday. I finally got my schedule with work right, so every Thursday you guys can expect a new video from me, and I really appreciate all of you guys. Again, let me know all your crazy stories. I love them. You can talk about somebody else and how you help them fix it. Tell me whatever you want to tell me in the comments below. Hell, you can make fun of that demon eye of mine. It looks like an exorcism coming out of my cornea.